The internet is a strange place. While everyone and their mother is using it, barely anyone actually contributes towards the communities or posts on it. Actually, 10% of the active users of Twitter's user base are responsible for 92% of all posts made, which means, thank God, only 10% of Twitter are mentally unwell scum waiting to be sectioned. Proof that there's still hope for humanity. Now, obviously this is only Twitter, but other social media platforms generally follow the same measurement. Now, I've mentioned all of this because the internet is very hateful. And when I refer to hateful, I refer to any sort of term that relates to being against or just having a general disdain of a certain group of people. Like, I personally deleted Instagram a couple months back, but genuinely, I remember every other post being some sort of racist joke against Indian people. In fact, all the comments genuinely band together to just cuss Indian people. Sometimes it's black people, sometimes it's women, etc. You get the picture. They'll genuinely unite like the Avengers to just be assholes. And are you now seeing the similarities here? Even YouTube isn't safe from this. And I've seen my fair share of like alpha males. And I'm really hoping this is like an ironic title they call themselves, because Jesus Christ. I've seen it, you've seen it, them bringing women on that simply aren't the smartest tools in the shed, and that's being generous. Then rage baiting them to saying something or doing something dumb.
I'm a Taekwondo black belt.
Taekwondo.
Then they'll proceed to extrapolate this to the entire genders being whatever generalization it is they come to.
Females don't have independent thought. They don't come up with anything. They're just empty vessels, waiting for someone else to install the programming.
And then the audience goes wild, not really acknowledging what it is they are cheering for, obviously. But obviously because it validates their set ideas of a certain thing or people, and it scratches their brain like the little dogs they are. So this all begs a question. Why has the internet become so hateful? Who benefits from it, and what can you do about it? But before we get into all of that, I just want to make the announcement that I'm now the most subscribed channel called Toby Dare. Before that, I'm not even joking, it was some dude with a Naruto profile picture, and that was kind of embarrassing. Like, how can I be second best to the Toby name when it's literally my name? And don't mention Toby Jizzle, I've gotten the comparison enough times in secondary school. Anyway, we're not done here yet because we're on the road to 100 subscribers, so if you want to join the community, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video. It really helps with the algorithm. Thank you. And if that other Toby Dare channel leapfrogs me in subscribers because you guys want to play a prank on me, I'm literally flinging myself out the window like a used banana peel. Anyway, back to the video. So as I mentioned earlier on, the actual posts you see, if there was any doubt in your mind for some reason, simply aren't the actual representation of the average person. If it was, if you're a minority of any kind, black, Indian, gay, you name it, you'd probably be on a flaming steak in the center of your city, being prepared to be eaten right now. Yeah, gives being taken to the cookout a whole new meaning, doesn't it? Now, your inquisitive mind is probably asking, if it isn't the popular opinion, then why do you see it more than Stevie Wonder sees the color black? Your inquisitive mind is also asking, is black even a color? I guess it is. Anyway, where was I? This is because social media thrives off outrage. You see it so much because Elon Musk is able to buy one more beach house in Long Island to get his mind off the kids he doesn't raise when a random racist or homophobe types misinformation or something harmful onto social media. Or maybe he agrees with it. I mean, I don't know. Two things can be true at once. Social media is obviously a business, and as with any business, where there's money to be made, they'll be running with nets ready to scoop up as much as possible. What keeps people on the actual app longer is what the platforms will show, because the longer you're on the website, the more they can advertise to you. Or try to pawn off Twitter Blue or some other garbage that's really just a digital kick me sign. Quick side note, I actually put one of those on one of my friends back in primary school, which was over like 10 years ago, and I got into a lot of trouble because of that. Wherever you are, Connor, I hope you're doing well. And sorry for that. To clarify, outrage keeps you on the website for longer because the more you're arguing in the comments or being baffled by some completely absurd take, the more time you're spending on the app. And that's pretty much currency. The non-popular idea or the wildest idea is obviously going to garner the most eyes. No one is really interested in what they already agree with. And who knows, maybe it's an exploitation of human nature, some sort of desire to seek conflict. I'm not too sure, but I do know that it is being exploited here. And this is one of the reasons why there's so much hatred on social media. In fact, going back to my statement I made earlier, 10% of people are responsible for 92% of posts, it's arguably just one big echo chamber. Where there are a small amount of people able to speak, there can only be so many ideas, and they'll come from the same type of person. Obviously, you can't just go outside and say some insanely wild take, because let's be honest, even if people did agree with you, they'd probably be too scared to be called out for it. So with the anonymity of the internet, it emboldens bad people to be worse people. Where there are no consequences for actions, people will probably be more likely to commit said bad actions.
I'm posting false information on the web.
Why?
It's fun.
So inevitably, when you decide you've had a long day of that 9 to 5 that keeps you off the streets fighting rats for half-eaten burgers in a warehouse and decide to relax by using Twitter? Hold on, that can't be right. Who the hell cools off and relaxes by using Twitter? In fact, scratch what I said before, we might actually be doomed as a species. But anyway, when you do go on there, there's an increased chance to see more racists, homophobes and sexists, you name it, because there's more protection on there to do so. In fact, apparently there isn't even all that much protection anyway, because all you have to do is pick on the wrong guy and it's all over for you. Like, did you guys see that one video or stream or whatever it was where that one guy came asking for help on Pokemon cards, and then he pretended to call him a country in Africa? You know the one. The other guy straight up just found all his information and now he's like gotten a dishonorable discharge. Literally crazy stuff.
To the white guy that called me slurs over and over again in my live stream the other night for no reason, guess what? You're gonna get kicked out of the United States Navy. You know how they tell us that we should be careful what we do on social media because there could be real life consequences? Hi, my name's Real Life Consequence. I've done a thorough background check and now I know everything about you.
But yeah, the anonymity gets to people's heads and makes them feel invincible. And for a lot of people, yeah, because they get away with it, so that's probably why it's so prevalent. And the last thing to mention is the growing male loneliness epidemic. It's neither warranted nor accepted, but they obviously just try to find somewhere to direct their anger/loneliness at. There's no better place to direct it than to people who you can already deem as less than yourself because society previously has pushed this notion. And these social media spaces are really just their last chance to actually feel a part of something bigger than themselves. The closest thing they currently have to feeling like they're in a community. And yeah, I mean, I don't really know how that can be solved, but I do know how to give you advice free of charge. Don't you see how cool, generous and good looking I am? The way to deal with the growing hatred of the internet is simply to not engage. The algorithm is uncaring and will boost anything that benefits the business's bottom line. On my last video, a guy in the comments called Meltdown Lou, welcome to the community by the way, pointed out that clicking not interested doesn't actually work. In my experience, it actually does the opposite because the algorithm learns and knows what is more likely to get you to stay on the app longer. And to that I say, just don't feed the beast, like simply just scroll on. If you can't do that and you're scratching your neck at the idea of hopping into e-debates with people who can't and under any normal circumstances won't change their mind, then maybe rehab is probably a better place for you to spend your time than this video. I mean, I don't know, I'm sorry, I can't really help you. And no, this isn't me telling you to stick your head in the sand like some sort of ostrich and act like the problems aren't reoccurring. That's not what this is. This is me telling you to spend your time in a better manner. The comments aren't there to be a genuine, honest debate, and neither are the people. If you want real change, then you're gonna have to focus on something that is real in and of itself. Actually attempt to do what you're doing in real life. Volunteer. Check up on people you know who might be vulnerable. Literally just say hi to the next person on the street. The small things really do matter. And these small things fight back against hate on a greater scale. A lot more than the e-baits that really just put a spotlight on the hate and breed more of it. But that's really all I have to say for today, I guess. If you agree with anything mentioned in this video, then drop a like and make sure to subscribe. And hey, even if you don't agree and want to talk, I'm free in the comments. I'm gonna try and respond to every comment possible. So thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time.